Good afternoon. Welcome to Ngozi Talk Show, where our coaches can help you get more from your life and create steps to help you get there. My name is Nomsa Clara Mngube. I'm the founder of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency and the founder of Ngozi Talk Show. So today I have 6 guests with me. I'm going to let our speakers introduce themselves. Also, they can lay out their professional credentials, expertise. Over to you, Kamal. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you, Nomsan. Thank you, everybody who's joining us. Thank you to the coaches around us. It's wonderful to be spending this amazing time with everyone here. My name is Kamal Ema. I am a certified NLP trainer, an NLP master practitioner, a hypnotherapist, as well as a specialist in life purpose coaching. I find pleasure in helping people uncover their purposes in life with harmony and balance based on ancient Egyptian methodologies and of course NLP. And we're transferring those ancient methodologies into the current world. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Kamal. Over to you, Bobby. Introduce yourself to our audience, please.
Hi. Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. My name is Bobby Jo Mackoltz, and I am a mindset coach with the Proctor Gallagher Institute. So those of you who don't know, that's Bob Proctor, who's world-renowned in human development. And I've been doing this for a couple of years and absolutely love it, helping people get the results that they're unable to get on their own, teaching them how to use your mind to create your reality, because thoughts do create your reality. And that's all.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Tamia, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, hello, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve. I am Tamia Dow, and I am with you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Super excited. I am a coach. I am a chaplain, which is an ordained minister, and I'm also a filmmaker. And what I enjoy doing is helping people find their purpose, their God-planned life, and to help them achieve the goals that they have in life.
Thank you so much, Tamia. Dr. Biget, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you, Nomsa. Thank you. Lovely meeting you today, and thank you for having me on these shows. I am Brigitte Tan, and I am a grief transformation speaker, coach, and author of books Seeking Peace: The Proven Five Fingers Method to Thrive Through Change Effortlessly. And I am here. My passion is to help you to be able to thrive through navigate easily through any changes, challenges, and adversities, and to create a result to win with a lot of ease and a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Dr. Biget. Mohammed, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you, Nomsa, and thank you, everyone, and Merry Christmas. My name is Mohammed Kair. I am a life and mindset coach, and I'm also host of a podcast called I Am Robust Podcast, where my vision and I find fulfillment in helping people to tap into their unlimited potential and to shift their mindset and also become the best version of themselves so they can attain greater fulfillment.
Thank you so much. Karis, where are you going? Introduce yourself to our audience, please.
Hi, I'm Karis. I'm a singer from Reading, and I'm going to be singing some songs for you at some point.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. So our topic today is find hope and value when everything feels hopeless in 2020. During the pandemic, some families have lost their loved ones. Some businesses, they didn't make it to December 2020. Relationships, some of them didn't make it to December 2020. Some people found hope through the pandemic. Some people got creative. They found themselves through the pandemic. So that's what today we're going to be talking about, finding hope when everything feels hopeless. So we're going to start with our guest, Caris. Could you please sing for us? So you're going to sing 2 songs for us. If you want to sing more, you can. Please sing for us.
Okay. So the first song is the Christmas song. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is going to spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I am offering this simple phrase from kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. And every mother's child is going to spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase from kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. And the next one is Mary, Did You Know? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? That this child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to the blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? And when you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Mary, did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? That the sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. Mary, did you know?
That was beautiful.
So beautiful. Wow. Thank you.
Good, Harry.
Yes,
So
yes.
beautiful. Thank you.
Sorry,
Anointed.
That was so beautiful. Did you guys enjoy it?
Yes.
Yes,
More.
very
Yeah.
anointed. Perfect song.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Caresse. I will call you, and thank you so much for giving us your time, basically to come and give hope to everyone around the world. I hope they will appreciate your voice, your music, and Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Hi, Chris. Thank you so
That
much
was-
to the
That
speakers.
was beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am going to start with Dr. Bigot. Dr. Bigot, what is hope? The topic says the hope we found in 2020. What is hope?
Thank you, Numsa. Thank you. So a lot of time, we all have different interpretations of things, and there is no right or wrong interpretations. A lot of time, it's just how we interpret things. If you look in the dictionaries, a lot of time, hope is having some expectations of certain outcome. And that's definitely one definition of hope. For me, I see hope as simply being open to possibilities. Sometimes people have difficulty in my work with grief. They have difficulties with having hope because they say, well, I don't know if this is definitely going to happen and so forth. And I said, how about if you just join me, if you like to just be open to possibilities that you would love. It might happen, it might not, it might happen better in a way better than you even think, but at least we are open and welcoming to possibilities. So that's hope for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mohammed. What is hope to you?
I think I am on the same page with Dr. Forget the same thing. It's more about expecting things or having expectations. And for sure, when we hear the word hope, it's something positive. So it's positive expectations, positive outcomes, or consequences, or things that we want to have. I think, as she said, also everyone has different definition of hope, but this is how I say it. It's you have positive expectations of things to happen, things that you want to achieve, you want to happen for you or people you love. So for me, that's basically what is hope.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, we do. Everyone has a definition of hope. For me, where there is life, there is hope. That's my definition. Tamia, I'm going to come to you. What is the definition of hope to you?
Hope is something that we carry with us every day and that we carry in our heart. And for me, hope is believing that there will be something good, that there is good in everything. I have hope of that. My hope is strong. It comes between faith, hope, and love. And I sandwich them just like that, believing that people can be good to one another, believing that the choice that people can make proper choices. I am hopeful for our nation. I am encouraged by the outreach of people during times of need. And I pray that people choose to be kind all the time, and not only in times of need or during seasons of celebration. But my hope is that everybody will remember that we're all in this together, and that it's best to be a blessing unto one another and do what you can to make the world better by the things that you choose to do. And that brings people hope.
So much. Thank you so much, Tamia. Bobby, what is the definition of hope to you?
To me, I absolutely love that. The hope that we are in this together, most definitely. Hope is that feeling of expectation. It's that optimistic that, that things will go the way that you want, that state of mind. And very similar to faith, that you have that feeling, that belief within ourselves that we want the best, always taking the high road. Because if you always could have a choice with your thoughts, why wouldn't I be in hope? To feel that love and have that faith. And that's it.
Nomsa, you muted yourself again.
Thank you so much.
That.
You just touch me. Every time you guys are here speaking about hope, my daughter is called Hope. Kamau, over to you.
Well, it's again, like you said, the definition is very different. I am going to take the approach of Aristotle, and he said, hope is a waking dream.
Oh.
And a waking dream is not based on expectations. It's not based on what is good or bad. It's just based on what you want to dream about. Living that dream is hope. Seeing that dream while you are awake is hope. Finding things alive around you, even dead, that's hope. Change is hope. So defining it specifically for me would be, I think it would be redundant, because it has much more meaning than a simple word. So my perspective again is living a dream while you're awake.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're muted again.
I keep speaking. I keep muting myself. I have to, in case there is a noise, because I've got kids. So I'm gonna come to you, Kamal. If there is one thing we can take from this year to help us find hope and value moving forward, What is it and how does it make us different?
I think that's a very interesting question, because there's a lot of people that have found this year very difficult, very challenging, and you can put all the definitions that you want there with a negative quotation. You know, I don't like negative or positive or bad or good. But in this case, I'd like to use a verse from the Quran. And it says, of course, I'm not going to say it in Arabic, but it says, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. And that simply means that we have all been through this year and this pandemic because we can survive it. We can grow out of it. We can find lots of possibilities in those moments. Speaking of hope and life and moving forward, my mom, my sister, and her husband, the three of them have been diagnosed with COVID about 3, 4, I think maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. But there wasn't a single doubt in me. Whatever would happen, it would happen for the best. Whether they live, whether they die, whether they go through suffering, I'm not worried. And it's not an insensitive part of me. It's just, this is life. And again, whatever happens to us, we can bear it. And we can grow out of it, and we can grow through it. So that's one thing that I would tell people, that it hasn't been a difficult year. It has been a changing year. It hasn't been a struggling year.
To take over, please. Oh, you're back, Kamal.
Did I fall off?
Yes. Or you didn't, or you were just finished.
Yeah, so I was saying it hasn't been a difficult year. It has been a year of discovery. It hasn't been a struggling year. It has been a year of internal recreation and perspective, a year of change. And that's what I would like the audience and everybody that is listening to take with them.
Oh, sorry. Thank you so much. You were frozen this side. Thank you so much. Mohammed, over to you. If there's one thing we can take from this year to help you find hope and value moving forward, what is it and how does it make you different?
I think I will add my voice to Kamal and say, for some people, it was a difficult year. And for most people, it was a difficult year for the pandemic. People lost their jobs and a lot of maybe negative events happened around the world. But at the same time, I like to say this is an awakening year, meaning this year has done a lot of things that we never expected that will happen. So I think this year did manage to wake us up, meaning now we realize more things. We have more realizations. One of them, and I think the biggest thing, is that we have to be grateful for everything we have, small or big, because sometimes they say you don't recognize the thing until you lose it. So, for example, we lost our freedom during the quarantine and the lockdowns. We have to stay inside. We can't go out, meet the others. So I think it has to be grateful. We have to be grateful. Gratitude should be the attitude for everything we have, for the small and big things. So, and I've seen this year, many people are becoming more grateful or becoming more aware that they have to be grateful they have to acknowledge everything they have, even if there are some losses on the other side, they still have good health, good family, shelter. So I think if you want to find hope, that we have to be more grateful for everything. And one thing we have to be proud of and happy of is that among everything that happened, we can realize that science advanced very quickly, and the advancement is noticeable, that within less than a year, there are a lot of, let's say, trials on new vaccines and other ways. So this is something we have to be grateful for, that science has evolved and improved, and this is something we have to be happy of. So if I would like to sum it up, I would say gratitude should be the attitude for this year and next year and all the coming years as well.
Thank you so much. I am grateful for my life. Thank you so much for reminding us that. I am going to come to you over Bobby.
All right, well, thank you. Kamal and Mohammed, I absolutely loved what you just had to say about that, both of you. And you had a lot of key words in there. And it is about gratitude for what we have in our lives. And it has been tragic for lots of people around the world and losing their loved ones. But there's a growth in that with that loss. And it teaches us to learn a different perception. In which way are you looking at things? You know, the old cliche of is your cup half empty or half full? And being a mindset coach, I have to say that we have the power in our minds to create that reality because we are the highest form of creation here. And so when you get up every day, it's that choice. You have a choice to think about, do you want hope or despair? You're going to have courage or cowardness. And I'm here to tell you that you have the choice to create that reality. I have a small story about a client of mine and in a small business. You would think that she would have went out of business, but she chose every day when she got up that she was going to create her reality. And in the 6 months that her store was closed, well, 4 months, but that she actually had a better month each month than she had in the past 10 years. That she got up and she made the choice to have her perception be that I'm not going to let this take me down, that I'm going to have the hope and I'm going to get through this. And that there is a plan and there is something to learn from everything that goes on in our life. And so get up today, and today's a new day. Don't let yesterday be your reality, because today you get to create what you want. And so you have the courage to go forward, and you have that gratitude. There's so many things around you to be grateful for. I'm just grateful for meeting all these beautiful people today. Like, it touches my heart. And so gratitude that you asked me to be here, Nomsa. And so every day and every moment, because that's all we really have is this breath right now. And you can't be in worry, doubt, and fear in the past or the future. You got to be in gratitude for this day here. And that's my hope for you, is that you adapt this attitude of gratitude. Right, Mohammed? And that's all I might have for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bobby. You guys want to make me cry, okay? I'm gonna come over to you, Tamia.
So I was real encouraged by the sharing of the gratitude that everybody's been doing. And of course, it took me to scripture. And in 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18, it says, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. And I think it's so important because we've all gone through something this year. And if it wasn't 2020, if it was 2019, and we still are at this date, we still would have had something that we all had gone through. It wasn't a global pandemic, yet it was something. All of us had gone through something, and we go through something every single day. And I believe that gratitude is so important. Thankfulness is so important. And the fact that it strings through all of the speakers here, I think our audience can really understand the importance of it. The other thing that stood out to me as people were sharing right now is there's a standardized, I call it a secular prayer in a way, because it's biblical, yet it isn't biblical. It's just a prayer that a lot of people commit to their hearts that help them deal with circumstances and situations that they're going through. And it's called the Serenity Prayer. And I'll read it for you. Many of you have probably heard it in some way, shape, or form and not really knew exactly what it was called. So when you get done watching today, you might want to Google Serenity Prayer. And it says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And when it comes to dealing with things that come at us in life, it is so important that we understand there's things we can change, there's things we cannot change. And in order for us to stay sane and mindful, and continue to have the hope that's in our heart, we have to recognize the difference. What can I change? What can I change? And the one main thing that you can change is your attitude. You can change how you see things and how you approach things. So when we speak here about the attitude of gratitude, it means to focus first on the good, to decide to find the good in every situation that comes into your life, and then make the most of it. And I believe that's what a lot of people are doing. Some people aren't, and that's why I hope when they listen to the show, it may encourage them to reframe and refocus on the good that's in their life, on the blessings that they have, on those things that they are thankful for, because what you focus on expands. So focus on the good so you can bring hope and blessings into your life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tamia. It is important for us to focus on hope and focus what is important, which is our existence and our families, basically. So thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Bigot.
Thank
You muted yourself again.
the game of the muting, right? Thank you so much. So I believe the question is if there is something that after this whole year, one thing that we can do or take from this year on us to be able to continue to have hope. What would that be? I actually would like to share a really quick story with you, if I may. And it's a story about and the story of a person whom I'm going to quote. And the quote says, everything and everyone in our life has the opportunity to be our teacher. And this quote comes from Ken Kais. And Ken Kais is actually, he's from the United States. At the age of 25, Ken Kais was a vibrant young man. He was lying on the beach. He loved the beach. He was lying on the beach in Florida when a pain just suddenly out of the blue, a pain goes through his body. And from there, he became completely quadriplegic. This was the time when polio was still around, and he caught polio and became quadriplegic to the point he could not even turn himself in the bed, on the bed, become completely paralyzed. Well, from there, for many people to become completely quadriplegic, basically paralyzed from neck down, that would have been the end of most people's life. That Ken Kais, after a little time, decided that's not what he would love. He liked to be able to turn himself in the, on his bed. So Ken Kais, during his recovery and physical therapy that lasted for years, actually invented a bed, that automated bed that allow him to be able to turn around, the bed still functioning. Kais resumes to his work as a real estate. He created some form of speedboat because that's what he loved to do, to allow him to race in the water, being a quadriplegic neck down. And then beyond that, he also teaches a lot of thought skills in that, where he says that everything and everybody in our life has the opportunity to be our teacher if we are teachable. And this year has been a lot of teaching moments for about everybody. And so one thing that we want to be able to see, sometimes it looked like everything's ending, everything destructive. But also I'm going to take another quote from Napoleon Hills that says, every adversity, every heartbreak, every failure has in it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So I would say if there is one thing's going on this year, regardless of what it is, how about if we see it? I invite you to see it as teaching, as teacher, on what it is that might be meant for you to learn, and knowing that every adversity has the seed of greater good in it instead of loss. And sometimes it is very easy to see things at loss, and we want to acknowledge our sadness and our feeling. But alongside with that, how about we actually see it as an investment instead of a loss? See it as an investment. What is that you have lost? See it goes into the bank of the universe, and in there it is gaining interest. It's not just an empty investment. If you put an investment in the bank, it gains interest. So whatever the loss, instead of a loss, see it as an investment. It goes into the bank of the universe while you are learning whatever lesson that it is teaching you. And just like when we have seed, we grow it while the seed is growing, while the investment is growing. So that is one thing I would say to me of everything that's going on this year. And definitely being grateful, having gratitude that you actually now has an investment in the bank of the universe. See it tenfold its value somehow, some way, as you are now learning more and more and growing and allowing yourself to be learning and to be taught.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Biget. I'm going to come over to you, Clara. I understand you can't come to the video. Hope you can hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear, Nomsa. How are you today? How's everyone?
We are good. We are good. Thank you.
First of all, I apologize. I'm not able to come on video. I'm on holiday somewhere and still a bit out of sorts as communication has been patchy. However, I'm grateful to be able to jump in and be a part of this conversation. So I hope I'm able to continue without my video, if that's okay with everyone.
Yes, that's fine. You can continue, Clara. That's absolutely fine.
Awesome, awesomeness. Well, I've been sitting back and, listening to everyone's contributions, and it has been absolutely, refreshing to listen to hear everyone's views and everyone's points of gratitude, because to me, this is, and every single one that has spoken has touched my heart in a different way, because to me, this is a year of intentionality, if nothing else. Why do I say that? I say that because when something happens, or when something happens to you as a person, it's not what happens to you, it is what you do with it. It is how you come out of it. As Dr. Biget was just saying, and as Tamia said before her, that it is how you handle what it is that has happened to you. Your experiences are an investment. I totally agree with Dr. Biget with that. It's an investment, and it's an investment that can bring and yield huge, huge dividends. One of the things I'm grateful for this year, is the fact that whether we like it or not, for the very first time, there was a certain unity of objective and a certain unity at top level. Let's just say unity. And then you can break that down and say, in what ways did the world unite in 2020? First of all, to achieve global unity, where every single person is, just as an example, at a standstill at the same time, tuning inward, or facing a common enemy, the pandemic, just as an example, or working together, even though we are, different nations, different sovereignties and all of that, working together to find a cure, which is the vaccine. There's just so many ways in which, to me, the world experienced a one-of-a-kind experience. Now, I wasn't here in 1918, right, when a similar event happened that brought the world to its knees, as I hear it, as I've read it in history books. But I'm here now in 2020, and I have to say that in all the years I have been on this planet, I haven't seen another year that has been as unique as this one. It's unique because it stands out. It's the year in which everything came to a standstill, and we were all forced to look inward. We're all forced to be silent, to listen to other voices, to do things differently, to be creative in a different way. Do you see what I mean? Because we couldn't see, we couldn't meet, we couldn't touch and hug. We had to think about other ways. That's the time when, this is the year when I've been able to make, you know, many more friends than I've been able to make in any other year. Why? Because I've been able to reach out through the, you know, the power of the virtual communication. I've been able to reach out to people. I've been able to communicate in ways and express myself also to the world in ways that I haven't done before now. Because before now, we were basically depending on low-hanging fruit, if you like. I had to come out and sit down, you know, to a cup of tea or coffee with you, Nomsa, physically. Oh, where are you at? Are you in Croydon? No, I'm in Sittingbourne. Let's meet up in Kent, and things like that. But this year forced us to do things differently, to listen and to hear deeper. Right now, I'm not on video, right? So I can see from the expression on your face, Nomsa, that you are tuning into me. I can see that you are listening intently, because you cannot see the visual expressions of my face. So you're listening to my voice. You're trying to catch the ambience and the essence of my voice. You can hear the passion in my voice. And those are the things that have been different to me, that have touched me in a different way and in a special way in this year, 2020. There is always something to be grateful for. And being a woman of faith, here's one thing, one scripture that has kept encouraging me, that has kept coming to my mind, and I don't know why, but there's a scripture that says that when men speaking to, you know, talking about the generality, the human race, when men say that there is a casting down, we will, with faith, say that there is a lifting up. So this brings me back to perception. Perception is everything. How you see things is everything. And, you know, whether you see a glass as half full, or you see a glass as half empty, or you see a messy splash of colors, whereas some, you know, great artist will tell you this is a masterpiece. It's a work of art. It's a work of art. And you would look at it and you see, this is just a splash of colors. No, it's not, because the vision matters. The perception with which you view something matters. So if nothing else, on an individual level, I believe that myself and most people that I come in contact with, that I know, have grown in terms of self-actualization, self-realization, and personal development. Why? Because countless numbers of institutions and organizations have thrown, you know, have basically given loads of courses and online courses and digital courses and things for free, or for a crazy discount, because they realized that a lot of people were sitting at home, weren't doing the usual things they would usually do. So they figured this is the best time to get people to study. This is the best time. A lot of people I know have actually improved themselves. They've gone ahead and acquired new qualifications, learned a skill here or there, and begun to express themselves in different ways. So there's a lot to be grateful for, not to invalidate or make light of the lives that have been lost, of the sickness that even still right now is still rampaging, but there is always something to be grateful for. And for me, what there is to be grateful for more than anything in this year is the way that this year has forced us to be creative in different ways and to express ourselves in different ways.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clara. Where is King? Are you here? I don't see you on the video.
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Okay. How are you?
I'm all right, and you? Hi, everyone. How are you?
Okay, so the question I'm going to ask you, if there is one thing we can take from this year to help you find hope and value moving forward, what is it and how does it make you different? Because we've all gone through challenges in life, and you guys have a ministry, you might have gone through challenges not being able to worship in church, and please take the stage.
Okay, thank you so much. There's a lot that we have learned this year. Actually, I've learned quite a lot. There's a lot that has been happening around, and in the ministry, there's a lot that we have gone through. But with God on our side, everything is possible. I want to tell everyone who's watching, wherever you're watching from, I want to tell you that it's only God who can bring a solution to whatever that man cannot get a solution for. It is only God, not man, but God. If you look for a solution and you cannot find a solution for something that you are going through, the only person that you can go to, the only one that you can go to, it is only God. Because if men cannot solve that problem or have something that they can do and change the situation, then you need a higher power. And there is no other higher power that we know of other than God. Okay, I came to understand in 2020 that there's so many things that happened in people's lives. Others lost family, others lost their jobs, others, we lost a lot of things in our lives. And even people having a close relationship, it's not anymore easy. When you speak to someone over the phone and you have a Zoom call, it's not like before that you can meet, hug, you know, sit together, laugh and share a cup of coffee or something and sit together. That has been taken away from us. 2020 proved a point that there are things that we have that people are taking for granted. And we need to understand what we have been given and be grateful for what we had. But now, in this season and moment in time, we do not have that opportunity that we can bond with our cousins, your sisters, your other half-brothers or your uncles and aunts. You cannot sit with them in one room now and have a conversation like before. So times have changed, and we do not know for how long will this go on, because we're seeing this sickness is gaining power more and more every day. But I want to speak to somebody wherever you are. If there is anything that we can put our hope and our faith in, it's only in God. Because He is the creator of the universe. Heaven and earth and its foundations were formed and set by Him. So we can do everything to try and stop whatever that we are going through. But without involving Him, Him who knows what He has planned about this earth and what is going to happen in 2021. Everyone right now, if I'm speaking right now, each and every one of us who are in this panel, everyone is planning for 2021. And that is hope, that everything shall be different in 2021. And this is what everybody needs in this world, to have hope and faith that things will be different tomorrow. Let's not plan for tomorrow is another day, and it has got its own problems. It has got its own things, but let's live life in full, and let's trust and thank God for what He has given to us. Because if you look at yourself and ask yourself, but how did I survive this? There are people here who are doctors. I've heard others are doctors here, and some are working in the front line. Others are watching us and they are working in the front line, and they are still alive today. But there are some people who are not even working in the front line, who died because of this kind of sickness that we have gone through. I am here to tell you that we are not alive by chance, but we have been preserved as a remnant for God. We have been preserved for a certain reason. There is, in each and every time or situation when there is such kind of incidences or things, there are people who remain to tell the story. And these are the people sitting here who are going to write down and say, this happened, but we remained. And we believed that we shall remain until this day, that we may tell you that there are things like this that happen in life. This is a lesson that we need to teach our children, that in future when I'm not there, in future when I am gone, I want you to believe and trust that you are alive, not because you are intelligent, you are wise, no, but you are alive because God has kept you alive. There are men who left their homes this morning thinking they are going to come back home, but they are not coming back home. Some slept and they never woke up. Why? It was their time. Everything, the Bible speaks in Ecclesiastic chapter 3, it says everything has its own time. There is a time to be born and a time to die, a season to plant and a season to reap. So everything is set according to its time. And when you have no hope and faith in that everything has its season and time, this is where you start panicking and you won't know what to do, what to touch, or whom to speak to, or where to go. There are many people now who do not have anyone to speak to about what they are going through. And others are thinking of taking a decision of committing suicide. But I am here to bring a new hope and speak to them and tell them that they need just to know that God is alive and he will keep them and he will reserve them. He is God and he is alive. He is there. I want you to understand. I want to read just one scripture and I'm out of your way. I will just read just one scripture and I want you to understand this. In the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 24 to 25, the Bible says, for we were saved in this hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. So there are things that we are seeing. You cannot hope in something that you are seeing because you already have it. And then the Bible says, for why does one still hope for what he sees? But if we hope for what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with perseverance. So when you wait for something with perseverance, you are waiting and you are saying to yourself, it shall happen. It shall happen, no matter what, it shall happen. It's hope is the substance. This, let me read again in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. The Bible says,
I'm gonna come to you because you are not finished. I'm gonna go around. I'll come back to you.
All right.
I'll come back to you.
Okay.
I'll come back to you. Did I miss anyone with this question, guys? Okay, so let's keep it to the agreement, guys. I'm gonna come to Dr. Bigot. What did this year teach you that helps you find hope and value?
What did this year teach me that helped me find hope and values? What I would say, what it teach me is it's inspiring and heartwarming to me that to see how resilient people really are, how resilient people really are, and that this is looking at people in general. A lot of people, there is a challenges for everybody. This year's been a lot of opportunity of growth for everyone, and to me, I see that how the first is how wonderful and resilient people are. It's actually this year make me think back to the year of 2001, I believe, with 9/11, where there is also another tragedy in the that impacted its United States, but impacted the world. And it's actually, we see people come together and come up out of it, and the same thing, people very resilient, and like Clara said, it's actually allow people in a way to unite even more, to come together, and that is very heartwarming to me. And then the other thing is to see this year's also helped me and seems to help a lot of people realize how there are so many things, despite everything going on in this world, has so many things to be grateful for. And then when we are able to stay grateful for the things that's still good, when you are able to stay grateful for the things that's still good, it's definitely something that will allow us to take the next step and hang in there while things are tough.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Bigot. I am grateful. I keep saying I'm grateful for my life because I am grateful for my life. Somebody didn't make it to today. So Kamau, what did this year teach you that helps you find hope and value?
What helps me find hope and value of what I learned? Well, I learned a great deal actually this year. I learned a lot through myself and a lot through the clients that I've been working with. And I am forever grateful for them being in my life, because I've had lots of tangible stories of hope with them. What it taught me is that life is very precious, and people take a lot of that for granted. And I've said it before, we all imagine our lives, we are so arrogant that we go to bed thinking that we will wake up tomorrow. So that idea that we take life for granted, change is always available, like we spoke about last time, right? Change is there no matter what. We are born, we die. That is the only constant. Between those two is constant change. Accepting change, I learned a lot of that. Accepting that people are hurting, and no matter what I do, I can't help them, because they don't know how to help themselves. I've learned to let go of many people that I used to know, many people I used to care for. And I've learned to accept many new people, including you, Nomsa, Brigitte, and Bobby Joe, Clara, Tamia, Muhammad, King. A lot of new people came into my life, but I had to accept them in my life. I had to allow myself to say, thank you. I had to be grateful to God, to the universe, whatever you believe in, and say, thank you, because this is my change. This is for my betterness. No matter what happens, I'm going to repeat it again, no matter what happens in our life, it is for our benefit. But we are so narrow-minded that we refuse. It's not that we don't accept it. We refuse to see beyond those shackles that we have. We don't see beyond that. So from a learning perspective, open your mind to the possibilities, because they're all around us and we just need to accept them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kamal. I just have to say I'm really grateful for you being here. You've been with us for a long time, and I have to say thank you to those who are speaking about their religion and expressing how proud they are, how grateful they are using the name God, because some people, they don't want to say those words. And Kamal, he's been here for a long time. I've never heard him saying I'm grateful for God, because he didn't want to offend anyone. But since King and Tamia and the other girls, they have started expressing who they really are, because you have to be authentic. And I can see him, he's coming out, he's saying, this is who I am. I'm a child of God. So thank you so much, Kamal, for being you and expressing who you are and how much God means to you. I'm gonna come over to you, Mohammed.
Okay, thank you, Nomsa. I think we learned a lot this year. For me, I say the amount of lessons we learned this year is uncountable. We can't actually count all the lessons we learned. But one of the most important lessons I learned that at the end, as humans, and we have all to come together and support each other. Regardless of our religion, regardless of our background, sexual orientation, and anything. One of the examples now we see now in this talk, and if the audience noticed that some of the speakers are mentioning maybe verses from Al-Quran and some from mentioning scriptures from the Bible. And for example, Bobby in the beginning, she said, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah also. So people from different backgrounds, different streams of life, they have to come together, because at the end, we are in this together, and the human race has to continue, but we have to support each other and love each other in different ways. So it's not one religion or one country or one nationality. We all have to support each other. And as one of the speakers mentioned also, everyone on the planet is looking forward for the vaccine, for the cure, for the virus, from different countries, from different governments. So it shows that we are all aiming for the same goal. So at the end, we are all a human being. One of the things also is the most valuable lesson is life is a fickle. If you remember at the end of 2019, we were celebrating Kobe Bryant receiving an Oscar. Then a few weeks later, Kobe Bryant died because of plane crash. So life is a fickle. Everything changes in one moment. As the speaker said, maybe you will sleep, you hope that you wake up. Some people, they don't wake up. You hope that you go to work, you will come back to your home. It doesn't happen. So it has to be that we have to be grateful for our lives again, and it shows that every speaker is mentioning here and there gratitude. So it's really important to be grateful for everything that we have and leverage the moments we have now and celebrate everything we have now, and always be grateful for everything, because there are a lot of things we live in that we take for granted: our freedom, our health, everything. So we all have to be grateful, and I think this is something we will keep hearing today again and again, because it's so important. Gratitude is so important.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mohammed. Yes, we do have to be grateful because we take things for granted. And I like it how you guys complement each other. King mentioned that we don't have control, and you are mentioning that we don't have control with life. We can only depend on the higher power, which is God. And Kamal as well is saying the same thing. So thank you so much. Bobby, I'm gonna come to you, please.
All right. So what did I learn this year? You know, there's a quote that my mentor, Bob Proctor, says is that change is inevitable, but growth is a choice. And I find this so true. And for me, I'm kind of a chameleon, that I just kind of roll with things and adapt easily. But as a worldwide, first I want to say how grateful that we have Zoom and Facebook. I mean, there's 3.7 billion people here on Facebook. I mean, we just got so close. And people, it shook us up. I think people got really complacent. This is God shaking it up and saying, hey, take care of each other. Take care of you. And that, I hear what you're saying, that we aren't in control, but I have to disagree a little bit. Because how are you waking up and showing up every day? We are the highest form of creation. God has made us perfect. And we do have control in a way, and that's with our thoughts. We are so more powerful than you know. But we just let that monkey mind rattle us around and control us. But do you wake up in the morning with integrity and a plan for yourself? Because God's got your back. But people leave it up to free will that way. But sometimes you do have that power and you do have that destiny to create that. And that's the kind of coaching, and that all my clients created their reality. So I get it. There is a bigger plan than we know, but it just doesn't mean let the wind blow you whatever way, that you have the intention. So this year, I think it taught everyone about compassion, that we can relate to each other a little bit more. You know, I love, like Kamal and Mohammed, you're across the world, and I don't know where King and Claire have shown up, but I love that. I could cry. It just makes me so happy that we're all together, and hopefully people out there watching that, you know, it's just not your world and your house and your neighborhood and your community, that it's bigger than that. And we needed this shift. I don't know if that's bad to say. I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone out there who's gone through tremendous loss, but I think we needed this little shakeup, this little reality check. That what is it? What do you put on this earth to do? Why are you here? What is it that you want? And to see how fragile life is, maybe it makes you a little hungry to charge it and not just be so complacent, like I said. So what is that focus? I wrote down that lens, right? What are we focusing on? What is it that you really want in life? What is that focus? Where's that camera lens? You know, what are you really looking at? And does it wake up every day with that integrity and to step it up and to have love and compassion for our brothers and sisters in the world, please. If anything that has taught us, the world just got so very small and not at a better time. And so I'm in with gratitude for all of you again, from the bottom of my heart. And just live Live your life today. It's the last day, because you don't know. There are no promises, there are no guarantees, and we don't know when our last day is. So how are you showing up today? Be your best version of you. That's what I ask. And that's what this year has taught me, that it is so fragile. And what are we here for? And we all needed this lesson to wake up. Namaste.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bobby. You guys want to make me cry? Please don't make me cry. I'm trying to stay strong because you guys are actually, you're comforting my life and you're comforting the audience that are watching you. I'm going to come over to you, Tamia, please.
Wow, this is really powerful. And it is an honor to be a part of this conversation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. We were mentioning that there's many people of different faiths here. Faiths, the things that they believe, their personal relationship, how they cope. And that is exactly what faith is. I'm not calling it a religion, whether you're of this religion or that religion. What do you believe? What is your faith? What do you grasp for hope? Pastor King was getting ready to start to share the scripture that I actually have written here to speak on, which is, now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. So in all our belief systems, we do not see, yet we believe. And that is so important. And that is why we are able to cope. That is why each day we have to refocus, because as was mentioned here, tomorrow is not promised to any of us. The fullness of today is not promised to any of us. So we must be mindful of that. And here's the thing. When I talk about hope, I look at the fact that I'm still alive today. So if I'm still alive today in this moment, there's a reason for it. And it is because I haven't accomplished my mission. I haven't fulfilled what the Lord has set out for me. He has a plan for our lives, and it's to give us hope. You know, my favorite scripture is Jeremiah 29:11, and it talks about prospering us and bringing us hope. So we have to stand on that and believe that God has in his plan for us hope. Yet he tells us the greatest of these is love. The greatest of these. So the first one I showed when we got together was hope. The greatest of these is love. And it flows through all of us because we love our families. We love our friends. We should love our lives. But as someone else mentioned, some people in the season are not loving their lives. Some people in the season have no hope. They're losing heart. They're not realizing that within them there is so much. And God gave us the gift of life. So what we are supposed to do, he gave us this wonderful gift. I put down here the little Merry Christmas box. He gave us this gift. What we do with our life is our gift to him. We lift up to give it to him. So every day we must focus and pray and ask for direction. Ask for direction. Seriously want to know, what is it that you will have me do? Specific to you. Because you cannot change, alter, force someone to do anything. The only person you have control over, the only person's life you can change is you. Your perspective, what you choose to do, how you do it, how you love, how you bring hope, how you become the light to people around you. And this is a lesson that I've seen throughout this year, whether I'm coaching someone or counseling someone as a minister, bringing hope, making people realize who they are in God, who they are in this world. All of us have a place. We really do. And we haven't fulfilled that mission because we're still here. So I encourage you, if you're sitting here listening to this message and you're thinking, well, I don't know my place. I don't feel like I can take another day. I don't feel like I even matter. Well, you do. God loves you and he has a purpose for your life. And you just must trust, pray, meditate, have a conversation. It's a relationship. I share you words from a book, yet the way those words impact, they live in my heart. They speak to me in my prayers, in my relationship, not in my religion. So please, please, please seek someone out, call someone. You are important. You are loved. You are an important part of this world and we need you here. So don't be discouraged. Please be encouraged and know that we love you and we want you to see and fulfill your destiny in this world. And that is your choice. That is up to you to choose to love your life and be a light unto this world and to people who know you. God bless you.
Thank you, Tamia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Where there is hope, there is life. I'm going to come to you, King. What did this year teach you that helps you find hope?
Sorry, I was on mute there. This year taught me a lot of things. As I was saying, that relationship and gathering and being together, like in our ministry, it affected us a lot. It strengthens you to stand to a brother, next to a brother or a sister when they pray to God or when they are having a situation or a problem they are going through. For example, all of us here, we have got jobs or we've got companies that we're running. And you usually see when one of the members of staff has got a problem or a situation that they are going through and they have nowhere to go, but they only find in themselves to say, if I can share with someone, you see, after they share whatever they are going through with someone, you find them finding counsel and getting hope of a solution of some sort to their situation or problem. It's exactly the same with what happens in our lives, in our homes. Now, if you have a problem in the family and someone is having a problem and they can't approach anyone, how can I put this? For example, when you were a child, when you walked into a shop with your parents and you are walking around, if you do not ask for what you want, if you don't have the courage to ask for what you want, if you don't have that courage to speak about what you are going through, surely this thing is going to bring you down. But if you have courage to stand and face whatever barriers that you are facing and say, one day or right now I can come out of this situation if I do or make this decision, or if I take this step, I shall come out of what I'm going through. There are people who have been through quite a lot of things. Others have closed down their businesses. Others they have walked out of their marriages because of many kind of situations. This year has the highest divorce cases, and this was the time that everyone thought this year was a year whereby marriages are going to be solidified. You know, there's going to be more love because people are spending time together. But it turned out to be a different scenario, a different situation. And these are the things that I thank God that God, I have been through things, but I haven't gone through this. There are some who are saying, I have lost a member of my family. There are some who are saying, I have lost a job, I have lost a house, I have lost this and that. Many things that you have lost. Others are saying, I don't even have a place to stay. I am grateful because I still have a roof over my head. And I'm still praying for those who went through all these things, that may God intervene. If men haven't come through for these people, may God make a way for them to have what they do not have right now. Because as we speak right now, as we are sitting here, there are some people who do not know where they're going to get their next meal. I am grateful because God has provided from the first day of this 2020 until today, as I'm sitting here and speaking to you. He has been faithful to me. Each and everyone who is here, I have heard what you have said. Everyone is speaking and saying, I am grateful for what I have and who I am. I am grateful because I'm still alive and I can still sit here and speak and encourage others. That is hope and faith that is in you. And God has given you the strength that you can stand and speak to others who feel like they are already sunken into a deep hole where they cannot even pick themselves out of a ditch. But you are here given all the strength by God that you may speak to them and tell them that there is a chance in life and there is a possibility for you to come out of what you are going through. So as my sister Tamia there, you were speaking of my verse that now faith is the substance of things that are hoped for, and the evidence of things that are unseen. So how can you have evidence of things that you cannot see? Because if we go to court and people are speaking about evidence, there must be something tangible, something that people can look at and see. But here we are talking about things that are unseen. I will explain to you why am I saying it's things that are unseen. It's when you sit there and think or desire to have something, and you yourself, you are seeing yourself having this. You see yourself being alive until the end of the year. You see yourself entering 2021. It's unseen. But you yourself, when you enter 2021, you are carrying that evidence that this is what I hoped for. This is what I prayed for. This is what I was hoping for. There are people out there who have no hope anymore. That am I going to see 2021 or am I not going to see 2021 because of the things they are going through? But you are still hoping for 2021. Some of you have planned for things for 2023 and we haven't even been out of 2020. So that is hope. That is the thing that keeps human beings going. That is what keeps us waking up every morning and waking up and saying, I have a mandate, I have something, I have a role to play on this earth, I have something to do. There are people who are relying in this faith and this hope that you have. Do you know there are some people who are looking at you and they are alive today because they have seen you going through stuff. Even if they don't come and say anything to you, they have watched you and seen you go through stuff. And they said, if she can survive this, if this person survived this, how can I not survive what I'm going through? There are people who have issues and problems that when you think of them, you'll ask yourself and say, but that person has gone through so much. But because of hope and faith, I have learned people have victory, regardless of the situation. Whatever that is standing before them crumbles down because of faith and hope. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, King, for highlighting that some people, you know, you were talking about the divorce. Actually, in United Kingdom, there's been rise for abuse, I think, around the world due to the pandemic, relationship abuse, because the people being together and the relationships are broken. You are right. And people's lives have been stripped away from them. But those who are alive, we still have hope, our existence. We still need to hope. We still need to get up and say to whatever the pandemic, the unseen pandemic, we're going to beat this. So thank you so much. Clara, I'm going to come to you.
Thank you, Nomsa. Thank you for this opportunity. One thing I'm going to say is really what we've all been saying. all day today, right? 2020 has been some year. And to just be able to pull out one or two lessons or one or two things to be grateful for is difficult to do, is a tough one. But I'm going to try. I'm going to say again that gratitude is one of the main things I'm grateful for, if that makes any sense. One of the main lessons that I've pulled out, I'm coming out of in this year. Because let's look at it. You could not make this stuff up. The stuff that we've seen this year, it's taught me that you cannot, or it's reminded me rather, that you cannot predict tomorrow, no matter how foolproof you think your charts are. And some wise person once said that, you know, the best laid plans of man and mice can often go awry, can often go astray. You can plot and plan, and some of us are more organized than others. Some of us keep journals. Some of us know, sitting here already in December of 2020, we already know what December 2021, what we want to do or try to achieve or aspire to do, and that's good. It's good to make plans, but sometimes, you know, life throws you lemons and you've got to change your plans. Life throws you a curved ball and you've got to change your plans. And that's pretty much what 2020 has done. Look, listen, I'm a lawyer and I work in the investment management industry. So in February, right, nobody saw this coming. Early February, we'd started to hear rumors, but we just didn't think it was going to come our way. In February, the stock market had hit an all-time high. Right? Most economies were booming. Most economies were doing well. By March, we started to hear the rumor became more disturbing. There was a new pandemic sweeping the world and all of those things. By April, most countries have shut down their economies and in unprecedented ways. No one saw it coming. The stock market was plummeting. There was depression and recession and all of those things. By May, governments were telling us you need to self-isolate. They were mandating us to wear masks. There were border closures. We couldn't move freely, you know, for business or for pleasure. Holidays, you had to think really hard about going anywhere. And then, of course, there was, you know, chaos, panic, hysteria, hoarding. I think back and I think about when there was the toilet tissue paper scarcity and all the shelves just stripped of tissue paper. I think about the long lines we saw of people just queuing up to get food. By July and August, all the cities, you know, there was mass rioting going on, of course, in places in America, like America and all of that. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. But the result of this is a lot of people have lost their jobs. There's no hope. A lot of people have lost hope. A lot of people are depressed. And as you just rightly mentioned, you know, coming on the back of what Dr. King said, is that there's been a lot of spousal abuse, there's been overdoses. And I read somewhere recently doing some research that the suicide rates skyrocketed. So in the midst of all of these things, I can see how easy it is for a lot of people to feel hopeless and helpless. But I dare say, right, that is not, I'm not, you know, I'm not discounting the pain that the world has gone through and is still going through, but there is still a place for hope and there is still help. So the lessons that I would say I've learned is, one is not to wake up feeling like not to address or come into the world or wake up any day of my life feeling like I'm a victim, but rather to bring that victor mentality to everything that I do, to the way that I think and the way that I address people. That's been something that's been reminded to me and is very important. And it's a lesson that I'm going to take into 2021. Second thing I've learned is do not fixate on things or on problems that you cannot solve, that you cannot help. And that reminds me of what Tamia said about that serenity prayer. Look, every problem brings with it opportunities. I personally am grateful for the opportunities that I have seen in this year and I have, you know, capitalized on. I started a new business, a side business. I'm a lawyer. I work in the investment management industry, but I started a new business in April, and that business was only made possible because I no longer had to commute 2 hours to get to work and 2 hours to come back. That gave me 4 hours in my day that I could put to some kind of use. And along with getting more, you know, deeper into personal development, I was able to start a business. That's an opportunity right there. So again, perception comes into it. The third thing is we cannot hide in fear. we have to look at ourselves as victors who have overcome. There's a nickname that I have for myself, BTC. Sometimes when I write my name and I write BTC, people will say, what does BTC stand for? BTC simply stands for Born to Conquer. And for me, that's a life philosophy. It is a concept. I mean, there are things I went through in my younger years, which included, at the worst time of it, at the highest or worst, lowest point, not highest, lowest point of it. It included, the loss of two younger siblings. Two of my sisters basically died on the same day. And that was a moment in which I came to know myself, in a way that I came to know myself very intimately and developed a stronger relationship with God. But the fourth thing I want to take with me as a, huge lesson into 2021 is that I can either waste time being absorbed in all the noise of the media and all the distraction that it brings, right? Or I can choose to push that to the back. I can use my time productively to learn, productively to grow me, to be better, to do more, and to just be more available to the people around me. Because I do believe that the only thing that brings real fulfillment in life is when we serve others. So I can spend time getting to be more intimate with myself. Who am I? Why am I here? What do I have? Where am I going? Who am I called to serve? What is my message? What is my platform? What do I have in my hands? There's always that question, what do you have in your hands? You want something, you've got to bring something to the universe. So what do I have in my hands? My skills, my talents, my gifts that I can use to create something of value. And I can serve that value into the world to the people that I'm called to serve. And then that comes back in all kinds of ways, in self-fulfillment, it comes down, it hits the bottom line as well. It can come in form of profit. If you've created a service, if you've created a product or something with those skills and with that talent and experience, it can come back to you in terms of profit as well. So I can forget the noise and just sift. Every day you wake up, you've got to sift. What is it that really, really matters in life? I mean, given the sort of year we're having, clearly some things are not that important. Clearly, I don't have to, how do I put it? I don't have to sit face to face from somebody. That is good. And I've missed that. And I hope that in 2021, we can begin to do more of that. But clearly, that's not the only way to communicate. So what is it that's really, really important? What's a good to have? What's a nice to have? And what is it that is a must have in our lives? So we've got to be clear on those things. And then that helps us to see opportunities, even in the problems that we have around us. And then the fifth thing is that we can wait around hoping for things to go back to normal, or we can simply accept that there is a new normal, whether we like it or not. And it's not just a cliche, there is a new normal. So are we going to keep doing same old, same old? Is it going to be business as usual? Or are we going to step out and be bolder, be better, be kinder, be more loving, be more accepting of other people and be more understanding of other people and their issues and their challenges? There's so many ways that we can come out of 2020. And for me, this is what's critical, because I do believe this year, I can't remember who mentioned it, I think it was Dr. Birgit, but this year has come to teach us lessons. And what would be sad and tragic is not the numbers of people, as sad as that is, it's not the numbers of people who have died and whom we've buried and said goodbye to. It is that we come out of 2020 not having not learned the lessons that 2020 came to teach us. And so I'm so grateful. Again, that word, gratitude, I can't get away from it. And as you can see, none of us can. I'm so grateful that I'm crystal clear on the lessons that I'm taking with me out of 2020. And I'm moving forward with that victor mentality. I am victorious. I am born to conquer. And I'm moving forward with those lessons that I have learned. And I'm going to make my 2021 better, bigger, and more purposeful.
Thank you so much, Clara. I am grateful for my life, basically, and for being here with you guys and just listening to you and how you complement each other. Where's Kamal? Kamal, where are you?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. You said you were going to do something. Share one personal technique, Kamal, that can help the audience shift their perspective to help them find hope and value.
I can be very vague and say the year is over. And you take out of it whatever you want to. It's important to realize that, like everybody was talking about this gratitude, I would encourage people to mention all what they are grateful for. Whatever it may be, the simplest of things, from being able to wake up, being able to see, to taste, to hear, to the greatest learnings that they've had during their life. And while doing that, ignore the material world. Specifically, not what you have, but what you've learned, what you are grateful for being able to do, what you are grateful to share. Because a lot of people cannot share moments, but they have these glimpses of great moments with perhaps their children, their spouses, their friends. And even if you're not hugging or kissing or intimate, be grateful that you have those moments. And I personally have a list of, I used to, now it's automatic, but I used to make a list in my bedroom of things, about 30, 40, 50, no matter, like, go as much as you can. And you write them down and you read them before you go to bed so that you remember when you wake up to read them again. And it's the first thing that you do in the morning. Read those gratitudes, what you are grateful for. Remember, avoid anything materialistic. And that would be the one technique that I wish people can take with them through this phase and to the next year.
Thank you so much, Kamal. Thank you so much. The year is over. Actually 2020 has gone so quick, and I've seen my children as well. They have grown as well because we've been spending time together with them. It's been amazing. It's been amazing to see different things are happening in 2020, and what you are saying, being grateful. I do that every single day. Every morning, I got that from Bob Proctor. I write my gratitude using my left hand. So it's fun. Now I'm right-handed and left-handed. I wasn't on 2019. So thank you so much. Bobby, where are you?
Hello. I want to just mention to you why gratitude is so important that we all keep talking about. Because when you are grateful, you switch the vibration that you are in. This is the science and this is the physics, that everything in this world is vibrating. So when you are in gratitude, you are rising your vibration to bring other good things into your life. So what I want to end on today is a couple of just quotes. One was Henry Ford that said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right either way. It is all about your mind and your mindset. I said it earlier a couple times. We are the most powerful thing in the world. We are so more powerful than you think. And then there's one more great quote. And every leader in the world has said this, and they rarely agree on anything, from Buddha to Gandhi to presidents to anyone. What you think about, you become. So what are you thinking about? What are you focusing that lens on? Lift yourself up, be in gratitude, be hopeful, have faith, that conviction. I first had a problem with this today, and I mentioned it to Nomsa, like, hope is hoping, but faith is knowing. What do you know about you? This is your chance, your life. This was a wake-up call. Do you? And there's so many people here. There's a couple doctors on here. There are people here to help you out there, whoever's watching. So do you and be the best that you can be. And be in gratitude. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you. It's very powerful. Mohammed, where are you?
I'm here. I think we should have the title for today's conversation is gratitude. Everyone is talking about gratitude. And if that means something, it means that it's really important and we all agree on the same thing and we're all on the same page. I'm not sure, maybe some of you have read this quote or saying it's been going around recently on social media that says, I thought 2020 would be the year I get everything I want. Now I know 2020 is the year that I appreciate everything I have. So
I like this quote.
Yeah, I've been reading this many times recently on social media, but there is no name or it's not attached to someone who said it. But whoever said that, it's totally true that we thought this is the year we will get everything we want, but this is actually the year we have to appreciate everything we have. So I will add my voice to the rest of the speakers when it comes to gratitude. And there is one technique I personally use myself, and I use it with some of the people I coach also, is have a journaling, or let's call it a gratitude journal. Maybe for each day, write 3 things that you are grateful for. But for the next month, you are not allowed to write the same thing again and again. Meaning, I write something on the 1st of December, I'm allowed to write it again on the 1st of January, which will give you more opportunities and more space to think and explore the things around you. Things that you haven't ever thought about and you have to be grateful for. So for the next month, you are not allowed to write the same thing again. Every day, maybe 2 to 3 things that you are grateful for, which will give you more or new perspective and new horizon of the things that you have around us. And as Bobby said, it's all about in the mindset and how you see things. And that's why they say mindset is your greatest asset. So the way you see things, the way you process things, and you react to things will determine how's your reaction, how's your behavior towards everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mohammed. As I've requested before for Tamia and King, those who have quotes and scriptures, if you can, when you leave, please leave them at the bottom of the video so people can read them. And Mohammed, your quote as well, please. Just leave it at the bottom of the video, because I think it is very useful for people, and it's useful for me as well, because I've not seen this quote, but it is amazing. So thank you so much. Tamia, I'm going to come to you, please.
Well, I love this. And we are definitely all of the same sheet of music when it comes to some of the techniques that we use to cope with this year and then just cope with life in general. So I have journals, lots of journals. You've heard some of the quotes that I said there. I buy journals that have those main quotes. This one is with God, everything's possible with God. You know, this was the Serenity Prayer that I read to you that's actually on the cover of a journal. And I believe in writing down. I think it's very important. This one says, make your dreams happen. So I find, and you know, I go to the pound store. You know, I go to the dollar store to get these simple journals. They're not expensive. The thing is I fill those journals up. And I fill those journals up with daily appreciation, daily gratitude, you know, but also I loved what Clara said. She talked about a series of questions, and I would encourage you guys to go back and listen to Clara again, because I'm very set on questions, asking yourself questions. And I had created, it's somewhat of a journal. It's a workbook. It's called In Celebration of You. And you can find it on Amazon, and it's in my name, Tamia Dow. But it's a journal and it's a book. And I take you through some gratitude sessions and some power statements to help you focus on, I think it was either Muhammad or, oh my goodness, Kamal, that talked about writing things before you go to bed, you know, the positive things to put in your mind and read them before you go to bed, and then get up in the morning and read them too. We don't understand how important what we put in our mind is. We must get rid of the clutter and the rubbish of this world. You know, don't go to bed on a news story, you know, because sometimes they're negative, and then you take that into your sanctity of sleep. So clean your mind, clear your mind, do a positive, journal of positive. I know it was Muhammad that said at least 3 a day and don't repeat. That is amazing advice. I love this. You guys, if you just take the sound advice and techniques that everyone is sharing here, you will have such an ease into this next day and this next year and the rest of your life. So don't be afraid to write it down. Declare who you are so you can become who you want to be.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tamia. I do that every day. I declare it. I'm sure God says, Nomsa, I love you, because I declare, I say it out loud, what I want to be. I just want to be me and love God and love people around me and know myself. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tamia. Clara, where are you? Hi, Clara.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was on mute. I'm here now. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Would you like to share your views, please?
Yes, yes. Thanks, Nomsa. Well, I love what we're doing, guys. I love what we're doing because reflecting on our lives or reflecting on any year is definitely the best way, right? To kind of assess our experiences and what learnings we've picked up for that year. And that also then is what helps us to set the goals for the upcoming year. So here's one thing I will say. I've been sitting here listening to everyone sharing their thoughts, and I've been thinking, today is the 23rd of December. In exactly 7 days from now, we will open a new book, so to speak. And the pages of that book are blank as of now. And we're going to have to put words on that book ourselves. We're going to put words on the pages of that book ourselves. And someone once said in a quote that I saw, I can't remember whose quote it was originally, but it says that the book is called Opportunity, and its first chapter is called New Year's Day. Or I would say its first chapter is called A New Day, a new season, a new year. What is my point? My point is 2020 has come with its, challenges, with its experiences. It's taught us a whole lot. It's happened. And we need to be taking charge in 2021. So this is the time for us, I suppose, to decide what we want to write on the pages of 2021. And so I would suggest this, that every day we wake up, we decide, right, to make it the best day of our lives. That's not to say that it will end up being the best day of our lives in actuality or in truth or in a practical sense, but that decision that we wake up with as we get up from our beds each morning is so critical, because that's what decides kind of the energy that we go into the day with. That's what decides the power that we go into the day with, the hope, the faith, the belief, the creativity that we go into the day with. Therefore, every day that we wake up, every single day of what's left of this year, 7 days now, as we welcome 2021, let's just go with that positive energy and that belief in our worth, because each one of us carries value. Each one of us has the seed of greatness inside of us. So what I would say, which is, linking back to my SHINE philosophy, SHINE principle, SHINE, is basically we should be soaring higher into new expressions. No matter what we have achieved or done, or what has been done to us, or what has happened to us in 2020, in 2021, let us strive to soar higher into new expressions. And that's simply what it means to shine. Of course, when you break it down, it could mean other things like start, harness, identify, network, express. All of those things are important. But one thing that still comes down to us striving to be better, to do more, to express ourselves more, to experience life more. All of those things matter, because it's when we're sitting down and just, not creating, not being creative, not bringing value to the world. I think that has to be the lowest point for any human being. when you're just sitting down and life is happening to you, instead of you being a more positive force that goes out into the world and makes things happen. For some of us, life happens to us. For some of us, we sort of like influence life, and we have an impact on other people, and we have an impact on our community and our environment. And I personally want to be that kind of person who leaves footprints in the sands of time. I want to be that kind of person who, when I leave this world, I'm not forgotten. My words are not forgotten, whether it's in the songs I've sung or in the books I've written. So 2021 is going to be a year, and this is my personal promise to myself, is going to be a year in which I get my own back, basically, because 2020 has been a funny sort of year. So 2021, I'm getting my own back. I've got lots of plans and lots of dreams, and I just encourage everyone to go out with that mindset to say, 2021, I'm going to take back everything, assuming that, you're a person of faith, you're going to take back everything. The years, as they say, that the cankerworm and the caterpillar have stolen, you are going to recover, you're going to pursue, you're going to overtake, and you are going to recover. So I hope that gives just, births hope in somebody's heart and in their spirit to know that, ultimately the power is in our hands, and we can take charge, and we can basically change things for the better just because we believe we can.
So much. Thank you so much, Clara, and the speakers as well. Clara, she's saying 2021 is going to be, she has got plans and goals for her life, and I agree with her. When you guys were speaking 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, you were talking about taking action, making sure that you plan and act on those plans. So I started waking up at 4 o'clock now, and I'm doing some research for the things that I love to do. And Bobby as well, every time she comes on and she talks about take action, and Tamia and Mohammed and Kamau, everybody, all the speakers. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take action. I've got researches that I need to do. So I took that action, and like Clara, she's saying she's got plans. So you have to write down your plans, but what is important is taking action on those plans. That's what is important. And thank you so much, because you guys don't understand, when you speak, there's one person that you change. You change.
Absolutely. Yes.
When you come on here, you might say, okay, some people worry about views and worry about people, they comment and stuff, but you'll be surprised how many people you are changing lives. You'll be surprised. I've had some people say, they tell me, the speaker, I always come on when you guys speak about this, and like sometimes they'll make a phone call and they're like, oh, sorry, I need to go. 1 o'clock is in Ghost Talk Show. So I'm like, but you're talking to me. So they're like, they know what you guys do is amazing. You're changing lives. And like Clara, she was saying, so thank you so much. And I'm gonna come to you, King.
There's a couple of things that I would like to say. I would like to say people must learn how to love, because you might never know what the person next to you is going through. Show love regardless of what you yourself are going through. Just show love. If you go around the streets, people are frustrated. There's so much road rage. There's so many things. People just fight for small, useless things that you can get over with. And you can give someone a chance to be in front of you and let him be saved first, and then you come behind them. Someone will just come in front of you and you get angry because of that. Just show love. Let's just show love out there. People are hurt. People are going through so much. This is what I have learned. What I'm looking forward to in 2021 is for people to love one another. Just people to have a positive mind towards each other. Don't look at somebody else as an enemy or someone who's trying to take advantage of you or anything, but look at someone as somebody who is desperately in need of help. There are some people who are in prison now because somebody never showed love and they decided to go out and steal a loaf of bread for them to have food on their table. But somebody actually passed them with coins that they could have given them, and they could have bought bread, and they would be out there enjoying their lives. Today, they are still sitting there behind cells. If we can just show love, I think we will live in a better world. Regardless of, barrier is not a distance. Distance is not a barrier, actually. I'm trying to say that. It's not a barrier. Distance, wherever you are, you can show love to someone without being next to them. Nowadays, you must stand 2 meters away from one another. This has taught us that distance is not a barrier. So now we must take that and use love as something that can bring us close, that can cover the gap, that can close the gap that has been created by this pandemic. We are staying far from families. People cannot be close to one another just because of what we are going through. But love can cover all. Love is everything. Love mends broken hearts. There are people who are broken out there that just need somebody to tell them that, you know what, I love you. If no one has ever told you today, I am here to tell you, I love you all. All of you, I love you. If you have never heard anyone saying to you, I love you, there are some people who have the whole year, they haven't heard anyone appreciating them. They haven't had anyone telling them what kind of people they are. They are good people, God loves them, or you love them. Because the first person to show love, it's you on earth to show love to another human being, so as they can know who resides in you. How will they know love that is in you if you cannot express it, if you cannot show it? I would ask everyone to just show love out there. Let's just learn to show love. Regardless of what someone has done to you, just turn around and say, let's forget about this and let's start afresh. I know sometimes there are things that hurt people and you cannot forgive. And you look at someone and go, but this person did this to me. I am like this because of this person. There are some people who are still holding these grudges, and these things are draining life out of them. You have no peace because of those things. If just you can let go and just show love. If you can just show love. This is all that I want to say to everyone, that let's just go out there and just show love, because love conquers all. You cannot have money. There are people who are living in relationships today who are married. They don't have a dime. They don't have a cent in their name. They don't even have a house. They live under bridges. But because of love, they are just happy without anything else. So material things are not all of it. Love is everything. If we can just show love in 2021, we will live in a better world. We will stop wars. We will stop conflicts. We will stop things that could have destroyed the whole world, just to come together as one and love one another. Regardless of religion, regardless of what you believe in, regardless of what you trust in, just show love. Just show love. God is love. That's what my Bible tells me, that God is love. So if I do not show love, I'm not expressing God to the nations. I'm not showing God to the people. I'm not giving them what I am supposed to give to them. And what it's not about money that I can give to some. You can give money to somebody, but you can give them and you do not love them. But when you love somebody, even without money, it's worth all the gold and silver that you can think of. It's worth everything that seems like it's worth it in this world. For everything is vanity in this world. Anyway, we live and we will die. We found all these things and we will die and leave all these things. But there is one thing that you can live, that shall live forever. It is love. If you teach someone to love, they will continue loving. If you teach someone to have money, they will have money, but they will leave money. Money, they cannot teach the other person how to make that money. But love, if you teach someone how to love, they will teach the next person, the next generation, and so forth and so forth, and the world becomes a better place. 2021, let's love. Thank you.
So much. Thank you so much. So 2021, we're going to show love. So we're going to have this topic back 2021. Find out, everyone, how you're getting on with loving one another. Everyone who is here. So we're going to have a topic of showing love and see how we are, and gratitude as well, love and gratitude, and see how we are listening to what we are saying. Dr. Bigot.
Thank you, Numsa. I love that, Dr. Kings, that love is always here and love prevails. So for my practice, that's helped me and many of my clients as well on being able to go on through things and come out a winner easier and faster. A few things, definitely. Actually, the first one is I combine three things together, which is the first one is to have gratitude. We all talk about gratitude and how important it is. Bobby's discussed how gratitude help our vibrations. So to have gratitude, to be grateful for what is still good, and then to be grateful for the second part, which is the seed of goods that's coming. If we have faith that there is this is a seed of good, there is something that is this is an investment, then to have gratitude, to be grateful for what's still good, but also be grateful for the seed of good. And going with that, regardless of what happened in your life, whether it is something as significant as the pandemic, or whether it is something, your car breakdown, you can say there is a seed of good in this, and look for the seed of good. But just like if you put a seed in the ground and you do nothing, that seed's not going to grow. And so, like many of us also say, to take actions. Gratitude, know that there is a seed of good and look for the goods. What's the potential good? And then take actions. And then I usually, as I'm taking actions, what action is it for me to take? I would go back to what Dr. King says, and I would say, okay, what action is it for me to take? And I would ask, what would love do? Because at the end of the day, love will guide us to something that is a win all, that will be win for us and win for all. So I go to gratitude, look for the seeds of good and what good you would love, and then take the actions guided with love.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Bigot. Gratitude is very, very, very important. And so I'm gonna come to Mohammed. Where are you? What is your favorite quote about hope, and why is it your favorite? For those who are using scriptures, you have to tell me your favorite scripture, if it's a scripture. Mohammed, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So to be honest, I can't remember who said this, but he said, hope is looking for something that doesn't exist, but having the faith that eventually it will come to life. Meaning, I hope something will happen, or I hope it will get better, or I hope I will achieve this or that. All of this, it doesn't exist at the moment, but you have the faith that you believe in God and the universe, whoever you believe in, that eventually He will guide you there, you will achieve this or that. So as all of us are speaking here, and I mentioned in the beginning, and we can sense that hope is something positive, meaning I expect positive things. I don't expect bad things. That is not hope. So it's all in the faith and having faith that good things will come to you, good things will happen. and believing in yourself, believing in everything you have, believing that you have the energy, you have the power, and equipping that with taking action. Because as everyone is saying here, that we have to take action, and ideas or thoughts without execution are useless. So I can have a billion-dollar idea, but if I don't take action, nothing will happen. So it's good that you have hope. It's good that you believe in something, you have faith, but also you have to take action. Once you combine both, taking action and having hope, hopefully wonderful things will happen also. So I think it's believing in something that doesn't exist at the moment, but having faith that it will happen in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mohammed. I love that quote. Please put it at the bottom. I think I've heard it today. I was listening to an audio and I heard it as well. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to come to Dr. Bickett before you go. What is your favorite quote about hope and why is it your favorite?
So thank you, Nomsa.
I saw you typing. I know what you wanted to say.
So thank you. My favorite quote about hope is, once you choose hope, anything is possible. And so in that matters, it tells us one thing, that hope is a choice. And so it is up to us at the end of the day to choose hope. And then as Muhammad says, when we choose hope and not do anything, just like Jim Carrey says in his interview with Oprah, you can have hope, you can visions, but if you do nothing, if you go on the couch and sit and do nothing, then nothing's going to happen either. But at the beginning, you got to choose hope, and then take the next actions that would lead you to what it is that you would love.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Bickett. You're complimenting Mohammed. So thank you, thank you so much, and happy Christmas. And I'm gonna come over to you, Bobby. I know you said you wanted to be here for an hour and a half. I just want to double check with you. Are you okay with time, or do you want to go as well?
I do have to leave, actually. I have an appointment. I gotta be out of here in 10 minutes, so.
So what is your favorite quote? You don't have a quote.
I just did a few quotes. I really don't have a quote exactly on hope. Because as I said earlier, hope is with the it's like.
Tell me a quote that keeps you going every day. Give me something that keeps you going.
You know what it is? My husband's over here in the corner saying what I know. If it's important, you find a way. And if it's not, you find an excuse. Like what's really important in everything in your life, and do that and find that. And that's all I have.
Find a way. I've had that yesterday as well. If it's important. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was short and very powerful. Thank you so much. Clara. Where's Clara?
I'm here.
What is your favorite quote about hope, and why is it your favorite?
Okay, I'm going to keep it very, very quick. And before like 2 minutes ago, I really didn't have a favorite quote about hope. But I've gone with something that Marie Curie has said, only because it ties into what we're discussing and kind of experience that we're going through in this year. So I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to make it work somehow. Marie Curie said, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less." Nothing in life is to be feared. It's only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. And I think that that's apt for what we've been discussing today, but also for the kind of year that we're having. Because the pandemic obviously has brought a lot of fear, and a lot of people are doubtful. There's depression and all the other things that we've been talking about for the past hour and a half or so. But my take on this is similar to what Marie Curie is trying to say in this quote, I think, which is that the more we understand, the more we take perspective, or the more we bring a different sort of perspective to the situation that we're going through, or to any situation in life, the more we learn the lessons, as Dr. Biggett said, that we are called to learn in that season and in that moment, then we are able to fear less. We are able to suppress the voice of fear. And of course, when we're able to do that, then we can overcome whatever it is that we might be facing. So again, nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clara. That was nice and short and very, very powerful. Thank you. I'm going to come over to you, King.
Oh, okay. Thank you. My quote will be from Wilfred A. Peterson. He says, the art of love is God at work through you. So whatever you do, always know that if you are doing things and you are showing love, you are expressing love, it is God's work through you. You cannot show love without God in you. You cannot just show love. There has to be God in you for you to start showing love. We see this so many times out there when people are facing problems or situations or things, without anyone showing love to them, the world is like crumbling before their eyes. And they have no hope or anyone to rely on, or anyone to speak to, or anyone that they can say, you know what, so and so has got my back. But once you show love, then that person knows that these are the kind of people we need in this world. But in this world, love is scarce nowadays. For people to show love, it's something that seems like it's something very difficult for them to do. But all I want us to do is to let God work through us in love. And that is me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, King. If you don't mind as well, please leave your quote and your scriptures at the bottom of the video. That was really, really powerful, nice and short. Over to you, Tamia, please.
Well, hello. So there is faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. So I have my little love bear. I actually bought him. He's 2020. He is from 2020, right? I bought him in February 2020. And just because he's really cuddly, he's really cool. And he's actually been a huge comfort through a lot of what's going on, because I keep him in the forefront with love to always remind me. He sits in my office next to me, and you've seen me bring him up many times when I'm talking, because I just know that he just lights people up and encourages them. And I'm a woman of color, meaning I like colors, okay? So if you ever notice, I always have my office, my scenery with color. I rarely come on just, black and white. And that's because I live life in color. So the actual scripture that I'd like to share, which is my favorite scripture, and it has the word hope right in it. And it is, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And that's Jeremiah 29:11. And I'm going to leave that with everyone, because I too have to jump off. But I just want to wish everybody a happy, Merry Christmas Eve. And if you're celebrating other holidays, please enjoy the holidays, spend time with your family, and focus on love. I thank you so much, Nomsa, for having me on here, and to all of the other panelists. God bless you all. Bye.
Hanifa said, may you and all your family members and friends who need miracles be blessed. May whoever is feeling unwell and weak be given strength. May you, all of these who have heavy burdens, have their loads lightened. May your Christmas be one filled with love and joy and blessings.
Amen. Amen. God bless.
Thank you so much. Where's Kamal? Do you guys have to go?
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'll be very short. I'm siding on Bobby's quote because that's a quote that I heard from my mom all the time. And she always used to say, when there's a will, there's a way. But I'll also give you another quote that I really love, and it really hits home. It's very short. It's by Dr. Martin Luther King. And he said, we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope.
Hey, there's a way, there's a will. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bobby, leave us with a gratitude message, please.
A gratitude message?
Yes, please.
I am grateful for you all. I am grateful for today. That's really all we have, right? Is a breath in and breath out, and there's nothing more than that. And so to be grateful for everything and everyone around you, for the abundance that we have in our life. From the bottom of my heart, wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Same to you, Bobby. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Are you guys okay with time? Who is not okay with time? I know Bobby's got to go. We love you and we appreciate you, Bobby.
And I sincerely hope to see you all again. Thank you very much.
Thank
God
you
bless.
so much, Bobby. Are you guys okay with time?
I need to cut it short as well.
You need to go.
Yeah.
Okay, one more question, then we all go. Okay. One more questions where we have to go. What does it have to be? I'm not gonna use the questions that I've prepared. Kamal, tell the audience something that they can hold on to 2020, those who are going through tough times, please.
Something to hold on to.
Yes.
Hold on to the beauty of the world. There's infinite beauty around us, and we ignore it. Even in the harshest and the hardest of moments of our life, there's infinite beauty. And that beauty comes from within. Because life doesn't happen outside, life happens inside of you. We are given life. So we must learn to live that life first within to be able to enjoy the beauty outside. A quick quote from the Quran: God is beauty, and He loves beauty. And that itself means that we must learn how to love ourselves in a beautiful way so that we can enjoy the beauty of whatever is happening around us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We need to learn to love ourselves, which is something that I work on every day. Clara, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Any words?
Yes, I'll make it very, very quick.
Yes.
Right. I would ask people in 2021 and beyond to hold on to the belief that they are more than enough. So you may not have done enough, but the truth, and this is true whether we accept it or not, is that we are more than enough. Every one of us carries the seed of greatness inside of us. We only need to reach inward, connect with that light that's threatening to be extinguished by all the things that we're experiencing, by the highs and the lows of life. We only need to connect with it and continue to nurture that light until it is a burning conflagration. every one of us carries value. And I would ask, I would encourage, I would urge everyone to go into 2021 strong, armed with the belief that they are more than enough. I know I'm more than enough. Nomsa, you're more than enough. Every single one of us, we are more than enough, and we can be more than conquerors. That's my bit. Thank you so much for having me, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clara. And Mohammed, any words of encouragement?
I think we have two things. Number one, I will lose something, then we need to tweak it around. I think everything is happening around us, the lockdown, the quarantine, is actually caused by something very small that we can't see in our naked eye. We need microscopes, we need a lot of technology to see it. So can you imagine something very small that you can't see it, change the world and shock the world and turned everything upside down? Something really small. In that way, we have to use this realization to our side, meaning small things can have big improvements. Small things can cause big results. Meaning, if I take small action today, if I build a small habit today, it will result in something bigger. That's why we say huge mountains are built from small stones. So it's, if you are going to take anything from this, and so 2021, is start with where you are, with whatever you have, with the small steps. Let's call it baby steps. And the other thing is be more self-compassionate, which is related to the same thing. Be easy on yourself. Acknowledge that you are enough, as Clara said. You have everything it needs, and you can do everything. Just be more self-compassionate. Be easy on yourself, and appreciate where you are and how long you've come around.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. Thank you so much. We have to appreciate who we are and where we have come. Thank you so much. And we are more than a conqueror, Clara said. Mr. King, any words of encouragement you'd like to leave with our audience?
Okay, I would like to leave just a scripture that is in Proverbs 19:21. It says, many are plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. So that means people still need to continue planning. You don't need to stop planning. For God has to find something to work with. So if you are not doing anything, what will he work with? How will he make a decision? How will his purpose take place if there are not plans in a man? There are many plans, but it is God who decides what to do. I'd love just to leave that with people, that keep planning, keep focusing upon 2021, have hope and faith that 2021 is going to be a year for you. It's going to be a different year for you. There is something new that's going to happen in your life. These are the words that I want to leave with everyone who's watching the broadcast and everyone who's in the panel today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to our audience who have been watching. And please, you can share our video. And if you need to get in touch with all the speakers that are coming to Nkosi Talk Show and speaking and adding value to you guys, you can get in touch with them through our page, or you can get in touch with them through our email. And have a good Christmas. We don't know what you are going through this Christmas. We don't know what you've went through 2020, but all I can say to you is every pain that is presented to your life is testing your character. Whatever you are doing, whether I know, King, you are a pastor and you have a job as well. So whatever 2020 has come to test you, are you who you say you are? And everybody here, you guys are coaches. So 2020 is testing our characters. Are we who we say we are? Or we can just say, I can't do this, I'm giving up. But in the first place, you said you wanted to do this. So that's what our audience needs to understand, that every pain, everything, the pandemic is basically testing our character, our existence, and why we are on earth, why are we here, our purpose. So life must go on, regardless of the pain. I always say to people, if I have food and water, I can still live, because that means I have no excuse. And I can tell you, you can go to your neighbors. Like here in the UK, there are so many charities that are giving out food for free for those who are suffering. Don't stay silent. You can get in touch with people. You can get in touch with here. If you haven't got food, get in touch with Ngozi Talk Show. We'll give you food. Thank you so much to our speakers as well. You guys have been amazing, and have a good Christmas. And I do appreciate you guys giving me your time and giving our audience your time. And God bless you. Live with grace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.